chakras a little bit. And when you feel any kind of sensation, I just want you to tell me what you're feeling.
My legs are feeling like they're just tingling.
Your legs are tingling?
Yeah.
And your hands have been numb. How are they feeling?
They're still a little numb, but not as bad.
Okay.
They're
Now,
it seems like the more you wave that, the less numb they are.
both of them or just your right one?
Mostly my left one.
Really?
Yes.
And I'm working on the right one. That's interesting.
They're tingling.
Okay, and the doctors say that the problem with your hands are because you've been gripping your walker so much?
Yeah, because I'm using my walker so much, they want me to go strictly to the wheelchair.
Mm.
And I say no.
Makes it harder to get around, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and the doctors, I'm sorry?
They're feeling less numb all the time.
That's always good, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, the doctors have said that your legs, you have neuropathy,
Yes.
but they say there's nothing wrong with your circulation. Is that right?
Yeah, they check my circulation.
They call it
Well, but your feet are cold.
neuropathy.
It's diabetic neuropathy. Okay. What's happening? Anything?
Yeah, they're tingling.
Is it a good tingling?
Yes.
Your feet or your legs both? What?
Yeah, my legs and feet both.
Feet are icy. And I don't know if this is showing up on the video, but your feet and up to mid-calf, they look like they're bruised. They look like you've fallen or something. They're just...
No. And he's been rubbing them with vitamin E
Mm-hmm.
all every night for a little over a month.
Now, the tingling sensation that you're feeling, is it just from, like, the knees down or the calf down? Or
From the knees down.
how's your hip been doing?
Some days, from the hip down, I hurt so bad that I could hardly walk.
But they've said that the hip is not the cause of this
Yeah,
on your legs. Is that correct?
yeah. That's
Hmm. Well, I don't know if we're going to fix your whole body all at one time here, but we're sure going to give it a shot. How your hands doing?
they're better.
Your hands are cold too. And your neck and shoulders?
Seems to be okay.
Okay. I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to turn the video off. How's this doing?
Well, I could move them better than I could. They were stiff
Yeah, I remember they were.
when we first started.
And you're moving your toes around pretty good.
Yeah, now I could move my toes and it doesn't hurt.
I'm not sure this is your feet are showing up on the video, but that's okay. I'm not concerned about that right now. I'll get your feet moving around.
My ankles don't feel as stiff.
No, and they actually don't look as stiff, but I'm really puzzled by the coloring. What do you think about this, George?
Well, they've been that way for some time. I really don't know it other than pretty much Chloe.
Chloe, we
down.
don't need you.
But ever since her legs have been swelling with fluid, they've
They've-
on this
They've taken on the color.
color. Yeah.
But George, can you tell a difference in her movement, or?
Yeah, it looks to me like that she's moving them more freely now. Come here, Chloe. Come on, get over here.
She's okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna turn the video off. We'll continue this in a minute.
You're
Come here.
not helping.
Okay, so Barbara, yesterday we worked on your hands, your feet, your hips,
And my legs.
and your legs, and what?
We got everything working right until 3:30.
Which
and
was-
then this knee.
Uh-huh.
And everything else, my hands are still okay.
Mm-hmm.
My right leg is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving faster
Yeah, I noticed that.
in my walker.
Uh-huh.
And when I was in the kitchen earlier, I left the walker cleared out and was working around in the kitchen without a walker at all.
Wow. Okay. So now, yesterday when we started out, your
I could
your
hardly
hands,
walk.
you could hardly walk because your ankles wouldn't. They don't bend.
Right.
They weren't flexible, and your hands, if I remember correctly, were completely numb.
Yes,
Your hand yesterday before we started.
they were totally numb, and
Uh-huh.
now they're fine.
Uh-huh. And we turned your stimulator off yesterday from about 12:30 to 3:30. You said you worked without your stimulator on.
That's right.
And the reason you turned it back on was because of your knee, your right knee?
Yeah, my right knee.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we'll work on that again today then. Yeah? What do you think?
Do you want the stimulator off?
We'll work on that later. We'll leave it just right now.